They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
Here's Mack. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On 1st and 10, Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw on second down is Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Locke. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for Indy. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. stepping, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Andrew Luck, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And an alley to run. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin officially with a return of 108 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. You're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
This one across midfield into Cowboy territory. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number. On second down, here's Luck. Ebron caught left side. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. On first down, Locke. A quick hitter complete. It's Grant. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Block on 3rd down. It's complete to Grant. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Step, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andrew Luck with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Margus Hunt in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Prescott from the gun. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. And now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now it's Love. Ebron with it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Luck. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Love. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Austin. Powerful running. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And throw right side complete to Parker. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On 1st and 10, Prescott steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Devontae Parker in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Bailey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he powers his way up past the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Yardage here to the 31-yard line. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Margus Hunt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A Dallas 1st down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 1st down carry by Elliott. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. His throw incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
46. 46. 46.
To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second down, Prescott. And over the middle, this is Parker. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
26. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run with Hines. Finds a seam inside the 40. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Finding some room at midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Space to run past the 20. A second nice move. And all the way down to the 5. A big chunk on the ground there. 27 yards.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line. And momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will get you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And they got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Now a hit and Luck lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. A shotgun snap for Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Out of the gun, Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a first down throw, Luck. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Malik Collins in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Luck. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. On 1st and 10, Luck. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Andrew Luck. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing here, Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
46. Right there, over here. Right there. 26.
Prescott. Now he steps away. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
There we go. 26.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. I love the look you just gave me, because I know what you're thinking. If you're going to run towards the perimeter, you better either stay in bounds or get the first down, or both. He did neither.
Imagine the looks he's getting right now from his team, from his coaches. They go over those scenarios all the time, and as you said, he did neither.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't.